Short skip refers to ionospheric propagation, where radio signals refract back to Earth at distances much shorter than the typical skip distance for a given frequency. It effectively drops your signal right into the middle of what is normally a dead zone. To understand short skip, it helps to first visualize the normal skip zone. When you transmit, two things happen. One, ground wave. A portion of your signal travels along the Earth's surface but fades out relatively quickly. Example 50 to 100 miles on HF. Sky wave. The rest of your signal travels upwards, refracts off the ionosphere and lands hundreds or thousands of miles away. The gap between where the ground wave dies and the first sky wave lands is the skip zone. Normally, you cannot communicate with anyone in this zone. Short skip is the anomaly that temporarily fills this gap. Short skip happens when a layer of the ionosphere becomes unusually dense or highly ionized, acting like a much harder mirror. This allows it to refract signals arriving at very steep angles, bouncing them back to Earth over much shorter distances, often 200 to 600 miles. Depending on the bands you are operating, short skip takes a couple of different forms. Sporadic E on upper HF VHF, that is 10 meter, 6 meter, 2 meter. This is the classic short skip that operators talk about on the higher bands. During the summer months and occasionally in winter, intense, highly localized clouds of ionization can suddenly form in the E layer of the ionosphere. The result, a band like 10 meter that normally requires a 1000 plus miles skip distance suddenly opens up, allowing loud, clear contacts with stations just 300 miles away. During the peak of the solar cycle, the F2 layer can become so heavily ionized by extreme ultraviolet radiation that it can refract signals at almost vertical angles, drastically shortening the normal skip distance on bands like 20 meter and 15 meter. I had worked VU to GNL at 283.6 km on 20 meter sometime back with 5.9 plus report both ways. NVIS, the intentional short skip on lower HF, 40 meter, 80 meter and 160 meter. The low band